regular season MVP holds more weight than the NBA championship.
Hell yeah.
So
why wouldn't it?
Kobe, you won the MVP. You led the team to the finals. How do you characterize this season?
Well, I mean, the goal was to win a championship. It wasn't to win MVP or anything like that. It was to win a championship. So, from that aspect, we failed.
Kobe, you only won one MVP award.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because the media votes on it.
Oh, you flipped it on me. I didn't have a vote in 2006, but I thought 2006 you should.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't care.
No, I don't. I mean, it was never a mission of mine to win a bunch of MVPs. It was to win a lot of championships.
Message.
All right, y'all. When people speak long enough, they truly expose who they are deep down inside. Now, remember, T-Mac was the man that said, "You don't think I win championships with Shaq?" Now, let me rephrase and let me reiterate what really happened with Tracy McGrady. He left Toronto because he didn't want to play in the shadow of Vince Carter. He wanted to be his own man, his own superstar, and then left his own damn cousin. Now, you expect him to go play with Shaq, who had an ego that was larger than life. And look that up if you want to. Shaq has a big-ass ego. He wants to be the center of attention. Phil Jackson had to lure him back in, tell the Kobe, don't get that 40-point streak because we're going to lose Shaq and we need him. So we don't want to upset his ego. So you expect T-Mac to go and play with Shaq when he didn't want to play with Vince Carter and Vince Sanity. When one time Vince Carter had like the most votes in the All-Star game, he was slam dunk contest, all that. Vince Carter was a big superstar in the NBA. He didn't want to play with his own cousin, but he gonna go play with Shaq and is be happy because that's just who T-Mac is, man. Come on, man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run this clip, and I got two specific reasons why the statement that Tracy McGrady is making doesn't make sense for people who actually were on both sides of this equation of championship and of MVPs. You don't want to miss it. This is Tyler Rose TV, best basketball show on YouTube. Let's go.
Regular season MVP holds more weight than the NBA championship.
Hell yeah.
So as ring
why
coach,
wouldn't it?
at the end of the day, you think about this. When we talk about the totality of a player's career, and even when you talk about Hall of Fame, and when you talk about the best players, the first thing they say, but
Man,
he didn't get a ring, or he got a ring.
Name the 10th or the 11th player on the Chicago Bulls or the Los Angeles Lakers or the Detroit Pistons or the Boston Celtics. Who are
This T-Mac, bro. I'm gonna cook T-Mac so bad.
they? Name any of those teams. Name me the 11th or the 12th guy. Just name one.
Can't right now.
All right, you can't even think of him.
I
He got a
can.
ring.
Yeah.
You can't even think of him. He has a ring. Does he have an MVP? Can he get an MVP? Absolutely not. No. So yes, the MVP of the regular season has more weight than a championship.
The championship.
Because it's the whole team. This is not just
Accomplish that
team,
goal.
but
Yeah.
it's ownership, it's management, it's health, it's all this shit that plays into winning a championship. So yeah, I mean MVP, bro, that's you putting in some work.
Listen, man, when it comes to MVP, I'm not saying MVPs don't mean anything, but the media votes on something, meaning they have an opinion, they can take it away, but a championship is earned by your play. So no matter if you have an MVP caliber season or not, you win a championship, you're solidified, you're set in stone. So comparing a guy who's a 10th man on the bench, obviously he's not eligible ever really to win an MVP. But Trace McGrady, you are a superstar. So essentially what you're saying is you rather be a superstar, meaning you're always going to be in contention for finals MVP and win a championship. It means you rather not have that chance because you just rather have an MVP. So you're not a 10th man on the bench. You'll never be a 10th man on the bench because you're T-Mac. So, bro, why wouldn't you want to win a championship? It doesn't make sense. But listen, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say this. Two examples of why Tracy McGrady doesn't make much sense here. Now, the first example was Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki won an MVP in his career, right? And then when he won MVP, unfortunately, his team lost, right, to the We Believe Warriors in his MVP season. The Mavericks won like 65 games or something. Crazy upset. What happened with Dirk? He ended up winning an NBA championship in 2011, beat the Big Three Heat, beat Durant and them boys, beat Kobe and them boys. He had a historic finals run and a championship win. Now, when we look back at history, if he never won a championship, we just look at Dirk as a dude who won MVP and got upset by an 8 seed. But the narrative around Dirk now, we don't even talk about him being an MVP. I never heard people say, yo, Dirk was an MVP. He was an MVP. I don't hear anyone talk about it. You know why? It's because they talk about his NBA championship and how hard the road was to get there, how he went through so many great all-time top 10 players in order for him to win an NBA championship. That is what true championship pedigree looks like, and we always respect Dirk's ring because of that. Now, I got one more example of somebody who never won a championship, but guess what? They actually won 2 MVPs, more than Shaq and more than Kobe, and that's Steve Nash. Every time we look back and we do revisionist history, what do we say? Oh, in 06, oh, in 05, oh, that was really Shaq's MVP, oh, that was really Kobe's MVP. Nobody looks at his MVPs and says he deserves them. So if you ask Steve Nash today, what would you rather have, Steve Nash, a championship or the 2 MVPs? He's going to say the championship, because that team, not only did it have Steve Nash, it had guys like Boris Diaw, had guys like Shawn Marion, had guys like Amari Stoudemire, had guys like Leandro Barboza. That team was essentially ready to win, and they didn't get over the hump. They couldn't beat Kobe. They couldn't beat the Spurs. They couldn't beat the Lakers. They couldn't beat any of these teams. So if you ask a man who actually got that MVP, T-Mac, what would he rather have? I guarantee you any amount of money in my bank account that Steve Nash is going to say, I wish I won me a championship over having 2 MVPs. Now ask Dirk as well, somebody who has both. Let's ask Dirk. Hey Dirk, what meant more to you in your career? Your MVP or your championship when you won and you spanked LeBron's? Which one is it? Oh, he's going to say me beating LeBron in the finals is much better than me getting MVP, especially knowing that I got MVP and then what, a month, not even a month later, weeks later, you going home in the first round when you're the first seed and you get upsetted by an 8 seed, we believe, Warriors team with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes and Baron Davis and them boys. Come on, man. Let's just be for real. We're expecting this guy, Tracy McGrady, to fill the shoes of Kobe Bryant and play in Shaq's shadow at some points of the game and defer to him like Kobe had to do just because that's just the flow of the offense. You know, take away the scoring streaks that Kobe could have had at set NBA records. He sacrificed his own potential to get MVP every year because he was playing with Shaq. So how you gonna go to Lakers and then now you expect to win MVP, or you would rather win MVP, but you were playing next to Shaq? So like all your hypotheticals make no sense. If you go play with Shaq, you never win an MVP. If you go play with Shaq, now all of a sudden, you know, you think you can win when you left Vince Carter to go be by yourself, but you think you can play with Shaq, who has a bigger ego. Vince Carter was a nice guy. He was friendly. He wasn't like that killer like Kobe was or Shaq was. He was a little bit more open to being a team-friendly guy. Play with J. Kidd in there. Like, Vince Carter would have been a better teammate to have than Shaq, because I feel like you guys are cousins. You could have worked it out. But you ruined that to go chase your own, championship hopes or MVP hopes, and you never got out the first round. Then all of a sudden you could have took Kobe's place, which your mentality is not even a winning mentality, because all you're thinking about is yourself. As you can see in the beginning of this video, I shared clips of Kobe speaking. What did he say? He said, yeah, I wanted to win more MVPs, and I ain't gonna lie, I wish I did, but at the end of the day, I played the game to win championships. And you know what? One thing about being a champion is no one can take that away from you. When you're an MVP, it's a vote. That means some other guys will be like, you know what, T-Mac, you didn't deserve MVPs. Let's say he won MVP. They're going to be like, man, Kobe deserved it. Or AI deserved it that year. Or Shaq or Tim Duncan deserved it that year. Then you got robbed for MVP. Yeah, you robbed somebody else for MVP. Now we can start changing the narrative around people voting, because votes don't mean anything, especially from people who aren't your peers. Who gives a crap what Nick Wright or freaking Stephen A. Smith votes for the MVP? Why would I care what those fools in the media give a shit about me and my season? Who cares? I don't give a damn. They don't play this game. Who are they to vote on my MVP? That means someone can change that. A championship, not a soul can change. Not a soul can take that away from you. So you ask me, what do I think? I think T-Mac is wrong. That's his opinion. He has the right to have that. But if we're gonna be for real, guys, I'm taking a championship myself over MVP, especially if I'm Tracy McGrady, because I know for a fact if I'm T-Mac and I'm on a championship team, then more than likely it's me or one other guy will get the finals MVP. But not even just the finals MVP, to be a champion, we're looking at T-Mac a whole different way. Look at the way we look at Dirk. From that one championship he won, we respect the hell out of him. If T-Mac had a championship, it'll be different. But this guy couldn't even get out the first round. So you want an MVP because you probably never got out the first round, and maybe that'll make you feel better knowing that the prime of your career you could have had MVP. You were getting bounced in the first round, and you blew a 3-1 lead against Detroit back in like 03 or something like that. So it is what it is, man. I don't dislike Tracy McGrady. I think some of his takes are silly, and I'm not a fan of some of his takes. I think once you break them down, you're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But again, if we think this guy was going to win 3 with Shaq or win 1 with Shaq, bro, first off, let's see how your body holds up. And second off, your mentality is not there. Third, your work ethic's not there. Fourth, you're just not him. You're not Kobe. You won't be Kobe. You're talented, but you just didn't have that next level. And if you did, then maybe you would actually have an MVP or a championship. But you don't, and that's the name of the game. Sorry, T-Mac. Shout out to you, but it is what it is. These are just facts. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all, man. Peace.